Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Hello. Happy holidays.
Indeed.
I would hope we'd have Slade in the background of this or something like
No, we'll get DMCA'd into the ground.
that. Just Slade running through the whole thing, but just that one bit where he yells, "It's Christmas!" That one part on repeat. That's what I
Jesus.
want.
That was
That,
pretty sure that's torture.
oh yeah, it's like an Eric Andre mind fuck. That's what I want.
I,
That's what I want from my
I
podcast.
don't
I
want
want
that.
people yelling at me.
Well, in the spirit of Christmas, pal, what's you got any big plans for
Yo,
Christmas? What's the drill?
big plans. First of all, I hope everybody's been well. Hope everybody's had a good week.
Yeah.
We're there. We made it to Christmas break. I know some people will still be working. Shout out to those of you that still are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, keep the faith. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. For me though, I have finished work for 2 weeks, and I'm gonna do fuck all, and it's
Hey,
the best feeling ever. I am not having that Monday guilt looming over me on a Sunday. Best feeling.
it
Best
is.
feeling. And my plans are to. So usually I would say I'm doing fucking now, mate. But actually, so Christmas, obviously, if you guys don't know, the UK is very, very bad in dealing with the pandemic. It's been very
Yep.
bad.
Yep.
So we're basically at a point now where it just can't happen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having just a little shindig, me, mum, my dad, little dinner, a little bit of treats and that, which is nice.
Nice.
But during the time off, I've got a lot of plans to sort of work on my streaming stuff.
Okay.
I'm starting to write things down, plan things out. I do some sort of off stream planning shit, like more external stuff.
Cool. Cool.
And I'm also going to read. I'm going to build some Warhammer. And I'm probably just going to play video games as well. I'm just going to have a nice chill one, just do the things I want to do.
Nice.
What
Excellent.
about you, buddy?
Well, mine is slightly busier. Well, not busier. Usually, other years would be busier than this year, but in terms of condensed into one day, it's gonna be busier. So for the week, I'm just gonna chill out. Maybe knock out some articles. I did one last night.
Ooh,
Just to
is it about
let people
me?
know I'm still alive. No, it was about Thor.
Very similar.
So that should pop up sometime soon on comicbookresources.com. I will be playing video games mostly, just chilling out. I don't have the Monday guilt looming over me. I usually would, but I don't have a job currently because I don't start my new job till the new year. I finished at Ubisoft on the 16th this week. I'm no longer part of Ubisoft, which is exciting because I'm moving on to another job and more stuff to do. And it's all exciting because everything's new. But on Christmas Day itself, we're going to be quite busy. Myself and Laura have to go around and see all the family. As it's the only day now with the change in restrictions. Because at first it was I think it was from the 20 something to the 27th. And then because the COVID has just ruined Christmas because the Tories don't know how to deal with it, and that's been reduced to one day, which is Christmas Day itself. So we're just going to be a delivery service, basically going around dropping presents off, letting people see the puppy for like a second, and yeah, so it's going to be busy. We're not going to get home until I'm thinking maybe 4 p.m., and then that's when we're going to make our Christmas dinner and stuff like that. But it should be fine. We have tactics to make the day go easier. Like for instance, every time my mom and dad used to make a Sunday dinner, what they used to do is prepare all the vegetables and stuff the day beforehand, and put them in water and stuff, and make sure they were nice and soft. So they only took like half the time to boil and shit. So we're going to be employing those tactics, so we can come home, just get our dinner done, and then just vegetate for the rest of Christmas. It's quite exciting because it's going to be
Yeah, it's good
Pickle's
fun.
first ever Christmas, so she's going to be really excited. We're ripping up and probably trying to swallow wrapping paper. But yeah, it should be decent.
Yeah, that would be a nice little one. I'm kind of excited for to be honest, even though it's not the same, I'm
Yeah,
kind of excited for a little bit of a quiet one.
yeah,
I'm kind of stoked for a little bit of a chill one. Just have like a relaxed Christmas where it's just like me and my family, and we just
yeah.
um we can just hang out. Like we can just hang out, not have to rush around because you know what it's like usually like rushing around place to place. Like let's go see this family, let's go see this family. As much as I enjoy doing that,
Mhm.
I'm kind of excited to just like not to just be able to like hang at home.
See,
Um,
I'm the absolute opposite because growing up, like my family is pretty small, so nearly every Christmas was just us four. Um, and like unfortunately, a lot of my grandparents died when I was quite early, so there was like no one to come over. Like the closest relative that we had was like my mom's sister, and she would like
mm,
come around for a few hours. But now she got married last year, so she probably want to spend this Christmas with her husband, which is quite nice. So all my Christmases from like age 7 to um I think 3 years ago were just quiet ones, and I'd never had like a big family and stuff like that. So when me and Laura were going around for the past few Christmases, I love like the whole thing of like going to see everyone.
yeah,
Like
I
I've never
like
had
it
a
too.
family this big, so I'm like,
I do like
hey,
it.
yeah, everyone,
I mean,
Christmas.
I do like it, but it's. I think it's nice to like. It's nice to have a little bit of a quiet one
Yeah, I'm
sometimes.
still not in the camp of I don't give a fuck. I'm going to put everyone in danger and have my big Christmas anyway. I'm not. Don't
Yeah,
worry,
I like.
I'm not in
I
that camp.
mean, yeah, like on that, like it's obviously like it's the government's fault entirely. The whole thing is the government's
Absolutely.
fault. But like at the end of the day, you still have to have your like head about you. Like you
Yeah,
can't just go, well, fuck them. I'm doing it. Like, come on, dude. Just don't.
yeah,
Just leave it. You know, like don't. It's gonna suck. Yeah, it's not gonna be as great as usual, but it's not gonna be like. It's not gonna be super shit.
yeah,
Like, it's not like it's gonna be super bad, like, you know, like, it's gonna be super sad, everyone sat around crying the whole time, like, you can still have fun at home.
yeah.
You can get some food in, get some drinks in, spend some time with, like, people that live, you know, with you. If you live alone, I think that's, you know, obviously, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
little bit
that's
sad.
a different kettle of fish. Yeah,
It's a completely different one, and, you know, hopefully, people that are living alone know that you can reach out to people,
yeah,
talk to people. I'm sure people will be more than happy to talk to you. And since we're all inside, you know, especially if you spend some time online, maybe give you a call, have a little Discord chat.
yeah,
I'm absolutely the same with my friends. Like if any of my friends want to like Discord over the Christmas holidays, over Christmas itself, even I'm down. You know, I'm at home, so I'm gonna be vibing out. I'm gonna be vibing out. Also, on that topic that you mentioned of sort of, you know, like hanging out with the girlfriend at home, if any ladies would like to hibernate with me next Christmas,
Jesus,
and play video games all Christmas, I'm down. I'm down. Quiet Christmases, give me that all the time.
it's a bit sound a
I,
bit
I, I
different.
just have to throw myself out there sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
It's one of those things. Like we were talking about this yesterday. Like obviously with the whole COVID thing, it's been shy. And
Yeah,
I felt like before it happened, I was getting to a bit where like my mental state was very hermit.
yeah,
Like I was very much like I didn't like Hermit the Frog. I didn't want to see anyone. Like
yeah,
I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to do anything. And I was like just like, you know, get me home on a Friday. Just get me straight home. Um, Whereas nowadays, probably because of this, and also because I just feel a lot better, probably because of the job and stuff like that. Um, I'm like excited to get back out.
hmm,
Like I'm actually stoked to do stuff outside again and go and see people and go to restaurants and bars and all this shit. Um, but I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, you know, it's one of those things where you can't really like meet people during this. Like you know, your friend group and your contacts and stuff.
yeah,
Unless you have like you know online friends bringing you into certain things, you don't really meet anyone. It's kind of just like the same.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's odd. It's a very odd one. So instead of meeting people, I'm just gonna yell out on my podcast. Hit me up. Send me
Well,
a DM. There you
that,
go. We're done. See you next
that's
week.
no. That's one way to go about it. So
Go on.
speaking of being stuck inside playing video games, I finally secured a PS5. So that's
Oh hell yeah, yeah you did, didn't you?
yeah, hell yeah.
Secured the bag, dude.
And in my avarice, I thought, what game should I get? There was Demon Souls there. Could have got Demon Souls. I mean, I have since purchased Demon Souls, but it's coming tomorrow. But I was like, okay, everyone's played Cyberpunk. It's in the zeitgeist. Might as well give it a go because apparently most of the problems, even though there are problems on all the versions, most of the problems are relegated to the PS4 and Xbox One version. So I thought I might as well give it a go. And I played for around about, I'd say, 55 minutes, maybe an hour and a half at a push. And oh my
Mhm.
God, I just like that was what everyone was waiting for. Like I encountered no bugs. I can't say that it was a badly made game from my perspective because I didn't encounter any issues, but it was just so dull in just how it handled, how it played. The only thing I can say I enjoyed was the character of Jackie. He just seemed like a nice, positive guy who was, because he seemed like a real person. Like he was positive about things. He was nervous and apprehensive about like
Yeah,
dangerous situations. So I felt like I was with another person, doing missions and stuff. But like the gunplay was boring. And usually, if there's something about a game I don't like, there's an alternate route to take. So the best example I can give is the Outer Worlds. I was like, I'm really excited to go into the Outer Worlds. I want to be a full melee build. I tried that. The melee combat wasn't great, but I was like, the guns are nice and they handle well. So I'll just pivot into being a pistol man, and that carried me through the game. I was like, okay, this is fine. But like everything I tried in Cyberpunk, just nothing was clicking. The melee combat, to me, in my opinion, sucked. The gunplay was incredibly basic. Like I was just like, eh.
it's
So I
yeah.
got a
Like I
refund.
mean, well, like I I have like fully um stopped playing.
Yeah,
I told you last time that I wanted to like see it through maybe because I kind of wanted to know what was going
yeah,
on. I wanted to know what would happen next. I've reached the point where I just do not care about loading the game up again.
yeah,
I really do not care. I have not played the game in a week now. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna play it. Like if I could get a refund, I probably would because I just don't think I'm gonna play it at all. Like I'm just not bothered
yeah.
about playing it at this point. I'd rather just play WoW, like I have
No,
been doing.
absolutely, and it's like when you like because people are still arguing about it on the internet about people. Some people
Yeah,
saying it's a flop, and then you get comments from people saying like, "Oh yeah, it's got loads of bugs and stuff, but the stuff that is there is really good." I'm like, "What game are you playing?" Like, obviously it's
yeah.
subjective, but I'm like, it's not that good. Like any, um, I'm not the biggest fan of the Call of Duty franchise, but like, if you wanted a game of guns, you should have bought the new COD. If you wanted story, there's like other games probably it came out, and I'm like, it's not it's not great. It just feels like their eyes were bigger than their stomach, and they just put out something that just didn't wasn't cohesive.
Yeah, it's what do you call it? It's like I don't know. There was a list of stuff that someone posted online where it was like, here's everything that was like promised or shown in like marketing trailers or like
Yeah,
interviews, whatever, that did not make it into the final game. And there is a lot.
hmm,
There's a lot of stuff. There's like so just off the top of my head, apartments. You can't get any more than one apartment. You
yeah,
can't buy new property and stuff like that. The some of the enhancements, like the gorilla arms and the nano wires, were meant to be used to like the nano wires meant to be used to hack people.
yeah,
You're meant to use them as like little devices to hack people and also like as weapons. Nope, that's not there. Gorilla arms, like being useful to sort of have super strength and like lift stuff up, stuff like that. Not there.
yeah,
There's so much stuff that's just not in the game that they really sort of like emphasize. Like even the fact that they were like, yeah, you know, fashion's a super important thing in Night City. You look like shit constantly. Like
yeah.
you look terrible. Like the crafting system as well. Why does it exist?
Yeah. I,
What does it offer? Nothing.
One thing that everyone was complimenting that really annoyed the fuck out of me was the soundtrack. Like I just didn't enjoy any of the music. It was all really annoying to me whenever I got in a car, and I like, you can change stations, but it was like I'm not gonna cycle through to find like whatever. It for some reason, like in games where there's radio stations, I'm normally really into it. I'm like, oh, let me find the ones I want to listen to, like in GTA, Saints Row, Sleeping Dogs, and stuff like that. But like none of the stations were hitting.
Yeah, like this is the thing. It's like there's some good tracks on there. To be honest, like there is one track that I can't remember the name of it, but it's like is it like I want to be at your house or something like that?
Yeah,
And that's a bit of a banger.
yeah.
That's a bit of a tuny. Um, but yeah, it's not. It's just not everything. I think people are looking for things. Um, People are looking for things that are just not great. They're just really not very good.
I
Like,
mean, like, I get people, I understand people enjoying it, like, because there's sometimes you get a game and it's not great, but you just find enjoyment from it. So I can see how some people would just use it as a mindless time sink. Similar to myself, like everyone hated the Square Enix Avengers game. I enjoy the game loop. I mindlessly, I played it a couple of days ago to play the Hawkeye expansion, the free one that came out. Like, and I know that's not a great game, but I enjoy the themes and like the game loop enough to be like, yeah, I can put that aside. It's a Marvel game, great, whatever. But like the stuff that annoyed me about Cyberpunk was like all the invasive things. Like it just didn't make sense to me. Like it's like, oh, in the middle of battle, you can hack other people and they can hack you, which is nice in theory. It's nice in a cyberpunk world. It's not too far fetched. But people were hacking me and setting me on fire, which makes no sense. I didn't have anything flammable on me. Like, how does a neural implant set my entire body on fire? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's the only one I see people use. That's the only one I see the
Yeah.
enemies use. Is
It
that
comes
one
up
that
with a
sets
big
you on
pop up,
fire,
you're being hacked, which isn't very immersive at all. It's like just it
and it's through walls as well.
Yeah, it would be nice if there was like your interface starts glitching and stuff to give some indicator, and like at the start of the game they're like, oh, if you see like weird glitches in your interface that look like this, it means you're being hacked. You need to find who's hacking you right now. But it's like no, it's just a big like square rectangle fucking shite going, you are being hacked in big letters. I'm like, I'm trying to shoot someone here, lad. Can you stop?
Innit? Like proper. Yeah, it's a weird one because it's just I feel like there's a lot of stuff in the game that was like and you can tell that it was like put in but not fully. Like,
Yeah,
like regardless of stuff that is entirely missing, there's stuff that's in there that's just not fully fleshed out, and you can tell it's not fully fleshed out. Like, it's just, it's not done. It's really not done. Like the quick hacks as well. One of my friends was saying that he really enjoys them. Whatever. I find them so boring. Like,
yeah,
there's nothing to it. I press a button. Like I go into like my Batman detective mode and I press a button and someone can't see for 3 seconds. Like, cool, fun.
yeah,
Like I don't know. I don't know. I've lost my slim enjoyment from it.
yeah,
I probably won't be finishing it. I won't be playing it anymore. I don't think. I feel very bad for the developers.
yeah.
But I feel like I definitely do not feel bad for the higher ups because
Yeah.
it's management's fault entirely.
No,
Like the whole
absolutely.
thing is management's fault. The whole fuck up is all management's fault.
Yeah, I think the like obviously I didn't play it enough, so there might be a section in the game where there is a part like this, and I hate to keep harping on about like how much I prefer Shadowrun over Cyberpunk, but like I think they did the hacking perfectly. How like if you were a hacker or you had hacking abilities, you go into sort of like an actual cyberspace and you're doing stuff in there, and you've got to actually fight viruses and stuff, and what you do in there affects what's happening in real time in the real world in like a turn based type thing. So it's like it's more immersive because like yeah, that I think that's more cyberpunk in my opinion, that you're actually in the technology and you're doing stuff that's actually affecting things. But this was just sort of like it was just, oh yeah, there's mages in the game, but we'll just call their spells hacks instead of spells. You know what I mean? It just felt like that. And like what's the eh, didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's I just I don't know. It's a disappointment. For me, I was kind of invested in it, but not too much.
Yeah.
I was kind of excited for it, but not as much as some people.
Mhm.
But I'm just kind of like, I imagine some people are really taking it rough,
Yeah.
and just I hope they get their enjoyment from it.
Mhm.
I feel very, very, very bad for the dev team that I know are going to have to be and probably already like working their asses off right now to try and solve stuff that they could have just been given more time to do.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna do
Um,
that after the fucking crunch.
yeah, and
Disgusting.
it sucks. It's going to be like I guarantee some people are doing it right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's like going to be Christmas crunch for a lot of people. And it really sucks. It really, really sucks. Like, because they didn't they promise, like they said, oh, we're gonna have a new patch out like start of January. Like that
Yeah.
means people are gonna be working their asses off every single day until then.
I I don't know if they use Jira, but I would be terrified to see CG Project
Yeah,
Red's
see,
team
like, the
right now.
amount of, like, tasks open, yeah, no.
Oh,
No, it's just all in all not great, and absolutely not what they expected.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
shame.
Mm.
Well, let's return to more lighter subjects. Let's return to Christmas. I believe we touched on this briefly, but out of all the Christmas films, what would you say is your favorite Christmas film, James?
Jingle All the Way, 100%.
Okay, nice.
I will argue this to the death. Jingle All the Way is the best Christmas film. Um, what's his name? Elf is the worst Christmas film.
I saw you tweet about that. Yeah,
I fucking hate Elf.
I've
I
never
really hate
seen
Elf.
it.
Don't bother,
It
shite.
it just looks like a Will Ferrell look like acting like an idiot film, so it
He
doesn't
is.
draw
It's
me.
it's Will Ferrell acting like a 5-year-old boy. He did shite.
Yeah,
It's
Laura hates it. Um,
good.
so out of all the people I know that I've spoken to about it, the people who hate it are usually people I value their opinions more. Um, it I From what I gathered, because I've seen bits and shreds of it and gifs and like clips and like it's probably been on the TV a couple times. I was walking through the living room when I lived at home and stuff like that. But like it just seems like Will Ferrell being an idiot, but also wrapped in that trope of like this idiot gets the girl at the end. And I think
Mm.
having what should be a fully realized adult woman character falling for an idiot man child is a trope that just grinds my gears because that dude thing, whatever, he's probably, I don't know if he is an elf or he's just a but like he needs a
I don't know if
mother,
I
not
don't
a
even know if he's
partner.
an elf either, but
Yeah, he needs a caretaker, not a partner. And sort of, ugh, it just rubs me the wrong way. Don't like it.
yeah. Mm.
Um, but so in terms of the positive aspect, Jingle All the Way. What's your favorite moment in the film?
The part where he's scrapping on the what do you call it?
The
The two
floats.
scraps. I have the
Mm.
scrap on the float, so the scrap with the big show.
Yeah, yeah. And he punches Vern Troyer through a wall.
Who would not like that? You know what I mean?
See, I all my favorite part, like Jingle All the Way is my favorite Christmas film. It's definitely up there. It's amazing. Like my favorite bits are just like him, not when he's Turbo Man and not at the start where he's establishing his character, but just like the hijinks in the middle where he's just failing horribly to get the doll and like just like weird circumstances, like when he tries to fight a child for like one of those giveaway balls, and then all the parents think he's trying to like steal the child, so everyone starts hitting him with handbags. When he left hooks a reindeer, that's a choice moment. Any scene with the guy who voices Troy McClure, absolutely brilliant.
Just gold, gold,
Why are you
movie
doing
gold.
cookies?
Put that cookie down now.
Like that guy just plays like the slimy, weird, like
Proper, yeah,
fake happy neighbor
slimy.
so well. It's just nice to see him get scolded by eggnog at the end.
Put that cookie down now.
You think like cookies. It's like
It's
it was just that time, like that decade where like every film just seemed to be about a dad who was like too entrenched in his work to care about his family. If he was the protagonist, and then if like there was a female protagonist in one of the films, she would be like also too invested in her work, and either they'd have to change their mind for their child or change their mind for like the love interest, and it's the same just sort of plot, but they're always so good, like liar liar, just great shit. I'm a sucker for those Hallmark films. Except Jingle All the Way was that turned up to like 10,000.
it, it's just like the whole premise of like Turbo Man. And it's also it's very relatable. It's a very relatable film.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, there's just so much going on where it's like, oh yeah, trying to get that fig
Mhm.
for the family. Does that even happen anymore?
I
Like,
mean,
the
it happened
toys
with the
go out of stock
PS5.
anymore? Yeah, I guess consoles and stuff like that. I guess it's changed what the product is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it happened. There's something every year. Obviously, I haven't paid attention for the past few years because one, I'm not a child, and two, I don't have
Ew,
children, so I don't know like what's the big thing. Like it's only when things
you're
like
a man child.
how dare you? I'm about as tall as a child. But like, unless it's like stuff that crosses over into adult media, like consoles and stuff, I don't notice. But like, I remember, I think I was around about 14, and there was a certain like type of Tickle Me Elmo that was just, it was always on GMTV. Like, oh, the parents are still hunting for this thing. Like, it's out of stock. It's out of stock in America, stuff like that. And I'm like, really, a Tickle Me Elmo?
Yeah, I mean, Tickle Me Elmo's a good fig, though.
I
I'd
guess.
like a Tickle Me Elmo.
Well,
Did
I'll
you get me one?
make a note of that for next Christmas because I certainly didn't
Fuck
get you
me,
one for
not
this.
the one next Christmas, though.
Yeah, we sent you a
Uh,
card.
yeah, you did, by the way. My mother also said, "Have a lovely Christmas." She's very happy with the card.
Excellent, wonderful.
She likes it a lot. Yeah, it's just a nice card. Very, very nice little card from the boy. I sent him nothing in return, but
Yeah,
very
sent
nice
me
card.
nothing but contempt.
Yeah, that's all I do, isn't it? That's all I do.
So, you briefly touched on it. That Elf is your least favorite Christmas film. Is there
Mm.
any sort of like, have you seen it all the way through, or did you just watch like 30 minutes
I've
of it?
only watched like bits of it.
Yeah,
The premise of it that I hate.
yeah,
Like, I really just, I don't um, like as you say, him just acting like a child.
yeah,
It's just not fun.
yeah.
It's
I
just
think
not interesting anyway.
the only Will Ferrell film I've genuinely enjoyed was the first Anchorman, and that's because although it was a film with Will Ferrell being an idiot, like everyone outshone him, like his supporting cast, like Paul Rudd, um, who's the guy who plays Brick? He was in the American Office.
I do not know. I don't. Actor names. I'm very,
Yeah,
very
well,
bad with.
he outshined him and stuff like that, and he was just like he was more like a supporting character, even though in a film like the protagonist is just so like just uninteresting that everyone else carries the film. It was one of them. I don't find Will Ferrell too funny in his own right. Um, but my least favorite Christmas film is. I'm trying to think. Do I hate any Christmas films? I mean, I don't like Elf just because it doesn't look good, but I've never seen it, so I can't really say. Um, uh, I would say I don't like the Polar Express because it's creepy, but it's not a film
Oh
that
god,
offends
yeah,
me.
it is creepy. It is creepy. That fucking sicko mode on Mobamba kid.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Yeah, absolutely. The kid with glasses. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and like the plot seems so like wild, and like I don't get the whole point of the Polar Express itself. Like, oh, it takes kids to see Santa and then takes them right back. So
Nonce train, innit?
it's just not really that because Tom Hanks doesn't seem to want to do anything weird to the kids. He just seems to want to scare the fucking shit out of them.
Absolutely, like, just don't ask me for shit.
He's like, oh yeah, let us serve them all hot chocolate minutes before we go across the bumpiest part of the journey. He's trying to scald the kids. I think he's doing everything but trying to nonce the kids, which is in one hand admirable, but two, why would you kidnap kids just to terrorize them on a train?
It's a very odd one.
It's basically just a click and collect for Santa because like they go all the way up to the North Pole and Santa gives them their presents and they get taken back. And then they're like, I guess some of them who don't believe in Santa's get the whole belief back. But there's people on the train who do believe in him and are just like, yeah, we're gonna it's fucking Polar Express.
It's yeah, not for me. Not for me either. I don't like that. I don't like hyper realistic shit like that.
Yeah,
I've never had them. It's
it's
weird.
creepy.
It's weird. It just doesn't look right. It just looks a bit like, like, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
why not? Like, have at it. But I mean, Christmas films in general, like, I don't, as much as I don't really watch the sentimental ones as much.
yeah,
Um, I'm okay with them. Like,
yeah.
I get it. They're a little
I
cheerful.
think the whole theme of them excuses some of like the criticisms for them. Like some of them are like hilariously corny, but then you're like, it's a Christmas film, I'm allow it. But like if it came out in the summer, you'd be like, I cannot stand this. What is going on? Um,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's like they all have the same story
yeah.
and they all have the same vibe,
Yes,
but it's
and they don't tend to do anything like wild unless it is one that rises above the pack, like Jingle All
mm, what's that one with Danny DeVito?
Uh,
Where Danny DeVito's like the guy's neighbor,
and
and
he's
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 like,
really into Christmas lights.
yeah, 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 and Danny
Oh,
DeVito's a proper asshole. It's great.
I don't know the name of it. I know which one you mean.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I watched that. When did I watch that? I watched that like a while ago for no reason.
Probably something called. It's probably got like a generic name like Deck the Halls or something. That's to do with.
It straight up is called Deck the Halls.
Hey,
It's legitimately called Deck the Halls. You fucking knew that. Somewhere in the back
I'm
of
one with
somewhere in
Christmas.
the
I'm
back of
plugged
your
in.
brain,
I'm plugged in.
some somewhere in the back of your head who was telling you like it's what's his name? It's Matthew Broderick as well.
Yeah,
And Danny DeVito just being a cheeky little fuck. Like that's the best Danny DeVito. Like I love him.
yeah.
I love Danny DeVito because whenever he plays like a cheeky little asshole, he's so funny. He's so
Oh,
he's so likable.
when he was the fucking dad in Matilda, holy crap! I wanted to punch him in the head.
But when he's like, I don't know, like in Deck the Halls and obviously in like Always Sunny as well, I feel like he's just so like he's just so likable. He's such a
Yeah,
horrible little man, but he's just so likable.
yeah. Especially in Always Sunny, and his
Yeah.
Frank is just such an enigma as a character.
He's just a horrible, horrible little dude, but like
I'm the
he's funny as
trash
fuck.
man. I eat
Yeah.
garbage.
I love like his whole character is just he's just a rich old man who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
He's
I
just
think it's
like
just because didn't he? I don't know if this was a fever dream, but I'm pretty sure he did one of those things for. Can't remember whether it was GQ or Vanity Fair, where it's like it has actors talking about their most famous roles and stuff like that. He
mm.
did one of those, and you just get the impression that he's just up for anything, and he's just happy to just have fun with it. He's aware of how ludicrous he is as a human being, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll just," you know,
Yeah, that's why I like him. I any celebrity that doesn't really take themselves seriously is a winner in my book.
yeah,
Like I'm down with them. Very down to earth folks, you know? Like you don't see Danny DeVito trying to do some like crazy shit where it's like Danny DeVito bought a gold statue of himself or something like that, you know? You don't see him doing any of this big publicity shit. He just
yeah.
like plays his parts and lives his life.
And he's a short king, which is amazing as a
He
short king.
really is. Shout out to all the short kings out there.
Yeah.
I hope you get some sloppy toppy for Christmas.
Speaking of short kings, though, my favorite Christmas film was Gremlins.
Is
Little kids,
Gremlins a
more the
Christmas
shortest
film?
king of all. Closely
It's
followed,
set at Christmas, isn't it?
yeah, closely followed by the live action Grinch film. Jim Carrey really,
That's a banger.
really hammered it home on
That's
that
a
one.
belter of a film. Yeah, Jim Carrey does a great job with that. I like The Grinch a lot.
Yeah,
I also that's one of those films where I don't know. I have this weird affinity for like the monsters in films, especially if they're like a little bit misunderstood. I
yeah.
like them a lot. I'm on their side most of the time.
Yeah, I believe the other day you said you're like, oh Gary, you heard about this Hitler bloke? I think he was just misunderstood. I was like,
Fuck
I'm not
off.
sure about that one, James.
Yeah, I was watching Downfall and I was thinking, this guy, he's like going for a rough time, you know? Like he's really struggling. Poor fella. Watching Star Wars, I'm just like, I really hope this Empire does well.
Just
It
want
seems
to
like there's a
bring
lot of
order,
nice fellas.
just a bit of order.
That's a weird thing, isn't it? How like how there are like, and I get it because it is a fantasy world, but there's like people that are big fans of the Empire
Yeah.
in Star Wars and stuff. I'm like, they're kind of just the Nazis, aren't they? Like, they're kind of just
Yeah,
space
but you gotta
Nazis.
remember that,
But it is a fantasy world, and it's like it's for fun, you
yeah,
know.
but the scale of it, like someone who's living on a planet that the Imperials have never had to have any resistance on, they're obviously going to be living a utopian Imperial lifestyle. So they're like, oh, they're out in the galaxy defending our freedom and stuff. They don't see the nitty gritty shit. Um, I think that was well portrayed in Mandalorian, to be honest.
No, like yeah, the Mandalorian does a really good job of it. To be honest, of like
Have you seen the
sort of
Are you caught
explaining
up?
everything.
Have you?
Oh, of course I have. Of course I have. The season finale of The Mandalorian absolutely fucking bangs, dude.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it, even though I'm not like the biggest Star Wars fan. But I just like anything where it's just a bunch of jobbers trying their best.
Yeah,
Spoilers
yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
by the way, if you are yet to see The Mandalorian.
yeah. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Give it
Like just
about 5 to 10
real
minutes.
clear warning. Yeah, don't listen to the next 5 minutes because the ending of The Mandalorian, you need to watch it yourself
Yeah, if it
and
hasn't
enjoy it
already been
yourself.
spoiled by Twitter. Luckily, like it wasn't spoiled by me. I had people like complaining about spoilers, but never saw them myself. So I was like, "Oh fuck it, I better watch this episode to see what happens." And it managed to, which media hardly ever does for me these days. It managed to surprise me Because at the bit where it's like, oh, there's a Jedi on the ship now, and he's going through like fighting all things. I thought it was just going to be that wifey with the two lightsabers again.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, but no, it was Big L.
It was so sick. As soon as I saw the X-wing fly in, I knew it.
Yeah,
As soon as I saw the X-wing float by, I was like, "Fuck, it's gotta be. There's no way it's anyone else." And like, there was
it's
so
the power
many
twink himself.
like, it's like the whole discussion for the past couple of weeks, or the past week was no, a couple of weeks since that episode was who's Grogu communicating with,
Yeah,
like who's he talking to? Because clearly he's talking to someone, um, and you know he's gonna see them. They're gonna turn up somewhere,
yeah,
right? Um, so I was like, my opinion was that I originally thought it was going to be Ezra. I don't know if you've seen Clone Wars or Rebels,
no,
but I thought it was going to be Ezra, who's like quite a key character in that,
yeah,
who also has ties to Ahsoka, has ties to Thrawn, who Ahsoka mentions, by the way, which is great. If
yeah,
you like the whole like Favroni, is it Favroni and Favreau that are
yeah,
doing the Star Wars at the moment?
yeah,
They're killing it. Like especially in terms of the fan service, they know how to make the fans happy and also make a good piece of Star Wars, like media.
yeah,
But I thought it was going to be either Ezra or Cal from Fallen Order, because I think
yeah,
Fallen Order set roughly around the same
yeah.
time,
And
or
he's
just
like a proper
on like
actor for
later.
him, so
Yeah, I think Fallen Order set a little bit earlier,
yeah.
like a few years earlier.
I think he
Um,
might pop up in something.
I think he will. I think he will at some point. But like, it was just a sick ending. Like the boy Luke strolling through. Only thing I didn't like was his CGI face,
Yeah, it looked a
which
bit
I think
naff.
it did because it was a body double, with Mark Hamill's voice,
Yeah,
and the fact that they didn't move the face, they just had him stare at them basically for
yeah.
like 2 minutes. I'm glad he didn't say much because it would have looked worse if he did say more. But no, it was great. I almost cried when he gave Wee Grogu away. I
Oh
almost cried.
yeah, it sucks.
It made me sad
Yeah.
because it's like it's his son at this point.
Although I will say his name is Glup Shitto.
Well, I still can't find the name. There's a character, there's a Star Wars character. If anyone knows it, please send it to me. That has a ridiculous name like that, like Shito Big Dick or something. I'm sure it's one of the Jabba's Palace folks. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's one of the Jabba's Palace folks.
So do you think Mandalorian's done? Or it's gonna go for another series? I don't
So
see.
this is the discussion. A lot of people are thinking. So basically, again, spoiler warning. Post credit scene.
Yeah.
Boba Fett goes back to Jabba's palace
Yeah.
and domes a fat bib for tuna.
Yep.
Like, I love that though. I love that it's like, oh, that's bib for tuna. Clearly, he's just like gotten chunky ass,
Big
like
bib.
leading the, yeah, big bib, and he domes him, and he's like, all right, and that is a cool shot, by the way,
Yeah.
when he just sits on the fucking throne and she like picks up the booze, like, right,
Yeah.
this is ours now. Great shot. But then it says the Book of Boba Fett, December 2021.
Yeah.
Um, as far as I'm aware, Mandalorian season 3 is like booked in for December 2021.
Okay.
So some people think that Mandalorian season 3 is the Book of Boba Fett,
Okay.
and I'm of the camp that it's not. I have a feeling that they will be simultaneous shows
Yeah.
that may cross paths. I have a feeling that Mandalorian season 3 and Book of Boba Fett will be two different shows that may cross into each other with certain episodes.
See, what I thought was like if Mandalorian doesn't continue, then they just put that there to say like, oh yeah, Mandalorian story's over, but here's Boba Fett. But I think if there is a third series, I think it would like come out around about like September to lead into the Boba Fett thing.
Well, I think it's scheduled for December as well, though.
Okay.
I think it's still scheduled for December because I think that's the that's the thing, right? Is it's they're both at the same time. They're both in the same timeline, and I don't think that they would waste Pedro Pascal and the Mandalorian as a character. I don't think they could be done with that at all yet.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't think they could just go like this guy's story's over and like Grogu is over and stuff because they make too much money off it as well.
Yeah.
I really don't think they'd do that. So my prediction is that Mando season 3 is going to be Mando getting a little bit more back to his roots and maybe like falling off the wagon a bit,
Yeah,
becoming a little bit more ruthless and that, and then eventually having to, you know, meet up with Grogu again and sort of, you know, reclaiming that humanity,
yeah,
so to speak. Um, and then maybe he'll cross paths with Boba Fett during the sort of earlier episodes. I don't know,
yeah,
but I would like it to be a separate thing because as much as I do like Boba Fett and I will watch the Boba Fett show, I'm quite invested in like Pedro Pascal's character.
yeah. He's really good.
I think he's great.
I
I think he's
fucking
great. He's
love.
hot as well, isn't he?
I love Bill Burr's character.
Yeah, Bill Burr's character is actually really good.
Yeah,
I thought
especially
he
when
did a
he's
really
like
good job.
sitting with the admiral. The admiral's like, "Oh yeah, fucking collateral damage, whatever." He's like, "I'll show you collateral damage, motherfucker." Stop
Yeah,
open
you can
fire and
see
all.
it.
You know?
I think it's great acting the way you can see it.
Yeah,
You can see him sort of just like slowly going, yeah, like in the Bilbo voice, like, yeah, hmm.
and it was wonderful how like you can see him going, "Yeah, okay," and you knew like this guy's just gonna fly off the handle,
He's
stop
about to
it.
pop.
And you can
Yeah,
see fucking Mando being like, "Oh God," he's like coming to the same conclusion as the audience. It's like, oh
yeah. I think that was a really good scene.
yeah,
You forget how hot he is, though, don't you? Until he takes his helmet off. Jesus
he's a
Christ,
very handsome man.
yeah, good looking man. I also like the way that he keeps his like, even though even though he wears his helmet all the time, he likes to keep his beard and stuff in check.
Yeah,
His beard and his mustache keeps them in check. But you know, right? It was great season finale. Very very good. It's a shame that Gina Carano is a proper chud,
yeah,
to be honest, because
it's
like she
always
is
awesome.
very very hot and very cool. Like I like her character. I like Cara Dune as a character, but it's just
Yeah. I
Gina
like,
Carano's an
I
asshole.
like I can't remember her name, but the Mandalorian royalty woman. All I know her as is Starbuck in Battlestar
Oh
Galactica.
yeah, Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that she's in it.
Yeah,
Good actor.
I think she's a really good actor. I think like Bo-Katan was like a really good choice for her as well.
Yeah.
She fits it really well, and also that's completely resolved.
Oh yeah, he's got to get the sword, and
Yeah,
he's like,
like the
"Oh
whole
yeah,
Darth
yeah, have it."
Vader
He's like, "I
thing.
have to kill you for it." I'm like, "Oh."
I also like the fact that he's like Mando is now just out of nowhere the technical ruler of Mandalore.
Yeah,
Like he's just stumbled into like, oh fuck. And I feel like that could be a big thing, and then like next time, I
yeah,
feel like in the next series and stuff, that could be a big thing about like how he becomes like I think it might be like a sort of thing to do with his traditions
yeah,
and the combination of the traditions, like you know, if he's ruler of Mandalore or whatever, maybe coming to terms with the fact that like the Mandalorian sort of like path and you know culture and stuff is kind of dead.
yeah,
I don't know because they showed his face twice this season.
yep.
Got the boy's face out.
Get your face out for the lads.
Get your face out for the lads.
No,
Oh,
but I
great
think
though.
I
Great
think
show.
what's going to happen is it's going to start pretty intensely. I think they're going to return to I don't it didn't Mandalore get glassed, so they're going to return to some sort of sea of power and bring everyone together. And he's going to try and give the sword to Thingy Bob. And just gonna be like, "No, I need to beat you in battle." He's like, "Okay, we'll have a fight." And you'll let her win, but you'll just get the absolute piss kicked out of him in the process because he's not fighting back. And then he'll sort of like end up just being a jobber in the new like Mandalore society. So he like doesn't
Mm.
belong there. He's lost Grogu, and he's gonna be after like, "Oh, what the fuck do I do?" type thing.
It's good. It's good. Star Wars is back, baby.
I wouldn't say it's back. I'd say that
Yeah,
one
sure.
story thread's quite nice.
Shut your mouth. All right.
It's fine.
I'm a
Star
big
Trek's
Star
in
Wars fan.
tatters. We're both in down bad, pal.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, right? I'm very, very happy to see like one of my favorite franchises like back, you know?
Yeah,
Uh, Back in good form. Like Mandalorian, I know it's only one show, was I think the thing that I get excited about here is that it's done so well and people's reaction has been very, very good.
yeah,
So it's not just the hardcore fans
yeah. Oh yeah,
that have
me likes to avoid Star Wars. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, like it's not just Star Wars fans that liked it, which is good because then the guy, like obviously the Disney higher ups will be like, okay, this is good, keep doing it. More like this, do more like this.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. That's exactly what we want. Like if they just give these guys more access to more access to other parts of Star Wars and stuff like that, if they maybe just sort of let them influence other parts of Star Wars.
Hmm.
Like there's a shitload of Star Wars shows coming, right?
Yeah.
Like holy shit, there's so much stuff. As much as I don't like the capitalist way of life, I'm a consumer, and I love consuming, baby. Give me content, and I'll consume. I'm all about it. I know you are as well.
Yeah.
Love to consume. But I'm not like a hardcore consumer in the way where it's like, oh, Funko Pops. I don't care about anything else. Like,
Yeah.
uh, I just like new content. I mean, they're doing an Ahsoka show, which should be decent.
Yeah.
The Rogue Squadron show, I think, is probably going to be one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Like, I think that could be super good. And obviously, Obi-Wan Kenobi, dude. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's one of the best things about the prequels was that like I think they had such a good relationship.
Yeah.
Or we got such a good on-screen sort of like the boys kind of thing, like the two of them just like hell yeah, hanging out, the buds. And obviously until things went a bit haywire. But no, like before that it was really, really good. Um yeah, it was great.
Great stuff. So speaking of things that are good, let's talk about Christmas songs. Well, not all of them are good. So, what's your favorite
Yeah,
Christmas song, man?
sorry, things talking about things that are good. Let's talk about Christmas songs. I don't think it works together, my friend.
Listen, you gotta have at least one that you enjoy.
Um, okay, okay.
Proper
Uh,
Crimbo.
I actually do like proper crimbo. Right, I am
Who
as
doesn't?
awkward and as probably like I guess cringe as it is for some people. I absolutely love Bo Selector. I am a I always like surrealist shit.
Yeah,
Like surrealist humor, like really just out there stuff that's not like classic haha. I love it. And both selectors, like it's just that. It's like piss taking to the like edgiest and also just like weirdest level.
yeah.
And it's so good. I love both selector and proper crimbo is just like it's belter machine.
The thing I liked
Like
about Bo Select, I mean, there are some rough parts to it.
there
Just
are there are some
outright,
bits of
just
Bo that
mean
are just
spirited shit. But like,
yeah.
I like the stuff that was just so surreal and absolutely harmless. It was funny, like how they
It
made Marilyn Manson into this
was just about
character
to say
that
Marilyn
was
Manson.
just curious about finding Bigfoot and also loved mashed potato.
Just a
Like,
soft boy.
yeah, like he's just like, yeah, like, and he meets that cryptid hunter who's got like, I think his name's Shirley. He has like a really like soft, nice name. He's like, "This is my friend Shirley," and just still like just putting weird people in weird situations. Great
I've
shit.
made a lady's tuppence. Does the Yeti have a quim? It's so funny. Like some of it's great. Like there are some bits like Michelle McManus and that that are a bit
Yeah.
like yeah they're a bit just mean in general. But then there's some stuff like they're in gay from Bolton, which is just so funny. It's just the biggest piss take, and it's spot on. And it's just like this is gold. This is actual gold. Like
Wonderful shit. But
wonderful shit. But yeah, that's a good tune.
yeah,
Um, what else is a banger? I like Mariah Carey.
of course, it's
I think
the
it's a big.
it's the herald of the season.
Yeah, I think it's great. I am of the opinion that um Michael Bublé is mid. I don't hate him. I don't think he's incredible.
Yeah,
I'm not a big Bublé guy.
I'm a big
Uh,
Buble guy, so watch your step here.
but no, like I think some Christmas songs are decent. But there's a lot that are just shite.
Yeah,
There's a lot that are really just shite. Like just I don't like the fucking wizard one. What's the wizard one called
I wish it
again?
could be Christmas every day.
Yeah, I hate that song.
Jeez.
I hate it. Well, I wish it could. No, you don't though, because it'd be shit then.
It was.
If it was every day, it'd be terrible. Sure.
Um, that's pretty middle of the pack in my opinion. It doesn't offend me.
Go on. What's your faves and worst then?
My favorite Christmas song, even though it's not a Christmas song at all. Have you ever heard "Only You" by Yazoo?
I don't think so. Doesn't sound very festive.
Basically, it's a love song by Alison Moye and one of the brothers from Depeche Mode who left really early to do his solo stuff. They formed a band called Yazoo and they made a song called Only You. It's like a slow ballad. It's very nice, very emotional. Probably one of the best songs I've ever heard. And then this other group did like an a cappella version of it, like in the 70s. No, it couldn't be in the 70s. The song came out in the 80s, but it's like they look like a bunch of like Mungo Jerry types, and they do like
Now
um
that's a fucking explanation. That's a
and
comparison.
for a Christmas song, they like just did like a nice like a cappella version of it. That's quite nice. I like hearing that. That makes you feel festive. Driving Home for Christmas, even though it's not a very great song, it always reminds me of Christmas because like
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't like the song,
it
but
makes me feel like it reminds me of coming home on the last day of school or the last day of work before you have your actual Christmas. Um,
well, yeah, this is the thing. I like, especially as somebody who the past like few Christmases, I mean, past Christmases for like the 6 or 7 years, past 6 or 7 years, I've had to travel home. Like I haven't lived near my parents. I've had to travel home. Sometimes even from another country. And it's a nice little feeling to hear that. It's a nice little like, ooh, I am on my way back.
yeah.
Ooh,
So the band that covered the Only You Made It a Christmas song were called the Flying Pickets. So
yeah,
don't know
same.
any of their other songs. I'll link it to you after the podcast. You probably will have heard it. Um, but so yeah, those are my favorites. Another one of my favorites is what was the Christ? What's the name of it? The one it's some boy band did it
What?
where they're all around in
Baby,
like
if you got to
that
go
one.
away.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
by E17.
yeah, wonderful.
Stay another
That's
day.
great. Wonderful.
That is a bit of a belter, isn't it?
Um,
Stay now.
Anything by
Yeah, that's
Nat
good
King
for it.
Cole. Nat King Cole's voice just reminds me of Christmas.
Nat King Cole is very, very festive.
Um, any Christmas I don't think he ever had an original Christmas song, but any Christmas song sung by Andy Williams is great. Me and my dad are big fans of Andy Williams, another like old crooner type.
I like the Blink 182 one.
Yeah. Okay.
Won't be home for Christmas. That's the tune.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm a fan of Bublé, but he doesn't really have a definitive Christmas song of his own.
Well, he doesn't do his own songs. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I
Yeah.
think the most cringe thing Michael Bublé has done was the Santa Buddy one because he's just like, I'm definitely not gay. I was like, come on, just suck some off for a present, like,
Santa
grow up.
pal.
Santa
Santa me
come
old
to
mate.
me. I'm
Have
not
a
gay,
price
so
for me.
don't give me anything pink.
Yeah. Have a Yorkie with me for tea.
Yeah, but I think,
Like,
that's just because behind the scenes, Michael Bublé is
uh,
a massive sociopath.
but isn't Buble like weirdly sort of like into like alt music and stuff?
I don't know. The only things I know about Michael Bublé is he does a decent Christmas album, and he gets insanely angry over ping pong. Because me and my mum were watching a documentary about him that was just like on tour and stuff, and like he takes a ping pong table and like plays with the roadies and stuff, and if he loses, he gets really huffy and stuff. So I think he's probably just like a serial killer on the side.
Well, I saw a picture of Buble with like I think he was like Deftones sent him a shirt or something.
Yeah,
And he was like buzzing about the fact that he got a shirt. He was like, "Oh, I love the new album," stuff like that. Like, okay, okay, I see you.
nice.
Oh no, the best one of that though, related to that, was there was an Instagram story from Hilary Duff,
Yeah,
where she'd put "Tip Your Bartender" by Glassjaw, I think, as
yeah,
like the song on it. And I'm like, hell yeah, like that's cool as fuck. Like I love that. It's a great song, by the way. Not very Christmassy, but great song.
yeah.
Um, "Christmas is Awesome" by Ruben is good as well.
Mhm.
That's a good alternative Christmas song. Back in the day when I was like, I don't know about you, but when I was like a young mosher, I was very like rock and anti whatever my parents enjoyed. Um, I was very much like Christmas songs. No, alternative Christmas playlist. Just like like Marilyn Manson covers of "Deck the Halls" or something. Like
Yeah.
"Deck the halls with blood and gore." I was like that all the time. I loved it. I loved it. Rocking around the Christmas tree shite though. Bad
Yeah,
song.
that sucks.
Last Christmas is a bad song as well.
You said bad.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Big George.
I
R.I.P.
like Big
lad.
George. Worst song. Do they know it's Christmas? Fuck that song. I
Yeah,
don't
that
want to hear.
that
I
that
don't want to hear
that
Band Aid
sucks.
ever again.
Yeah, it sucks. I like A Winter's Tale by Queen. It was never like a big Christmas song, but the whole song just is like the lyrics just describe the feeling of Christmas. Um, and it's just so nice. It's very calm and stuff. But then, like as it comes towards the chorus, it like rises and it ends in like quite a nice crescendo. It's such a lovely, like just a warm Christmas song. Um,
Santa Claus is coming to town is a big beat.
oh, of course, yeah. You get something to get you moving. Um, did we already say "Never Had a Dream Come True" by S Club? Because that's pretty good.
Never had a dream come true. That's a good song, to be
Joe
fair.
was singing her pipes out on that one. War
I'd
Joe.
say, I'd say I've seen S Club. I've seen S Club 3 at Newcastle Pride.
No.
Yeah, I saw S Club 3. There's only three of them that turned up.
Oh, there
There
was
was,
something similar happened at Sunderland. I think there was like a festival on the beach and only three members of five turned up. So like, why don't they just call them three?
yeah, it was like Joe, um, fuck, what was it? It was Joe, Bradley,
Thank God
and
Bradley's there, my
I
boy.
can't. Doesn't Bradley just like do like university parties and snort coke in the toilet?
Probably, but at least he supports gay rights.
Yeah, I mean, like, I maybe that was it. I wonder if it was like some weird like discussion that only three of the members of S Club 7 could openly support Pride,
So we
and the
could
others were just
safely
like,
assume the
no.
other four are
Was Rachel Stevens
anti-LGBT.
there? I like Rachel Stevens.
Yeah.
Rachel Stevens had some good songs on her own, didn't she?
I wouldn't say good. She had some popular songs.
Sweet Dreams My LAX is a banger.
No, I hate that song.
It's got a fucking. You kidding me? The beat on that song is incredible.
Absolutely not.
The beat on that song is so good.
She was a bargain bin Holly Valance, in my opinion. Um,
What other songs did Holly Valance do?
I don't know. She only had one. She only needed one. One and done. Called a shot.
Which song was it? What was the name?
Oh Christ! I don't know the name of it.
Oh, Kiss Kiss. Yeah, I had a good beat. Yeah, bitch.
DMCA striked immediately. But back to songs that I hate in terms of Christmas. Anything with John Lennon on. Fuck John Lennon. I wish I could go back in time and just save him from getting shot in the face, so I could shoot him in the face. Look
Yeah,
out! Oh,
yeah.
thanks, Gary.
Worried
No
about
problem,
being
John. Bye.
worried about being DMCA'd for Holly Valance songs, and we just go straight into I wish this guy was alive so I can murder him.
Okay. The fucking Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time, Paul McCartney. What is it with former Beatles are making shite Christmas songs?
Yeah.
I'd hate
Well, I mean,
everything about the
former
Paul.
Beatles and
Sorry,
like
what?
anything outside of the Beatles by Beatles members has been pretty bad.
Yeah, but just that everything about that Paul McCartney song I hate. I hate the song. I hate the melody. I hate the video with the stupid fucking CGI spinning present that explodes. And like, oh god, like it. I have vague, horrific memories of like. You remember when like Freeview boxes first came out?
Hmm.
We got Freeview boxes. We were poor and we couldn't get Sky. And so there was two music channels. One was on 18. It was called the Hits. One was on 21, which was TMF or something like that, at the Music Factory. And at Christmas, there would be nothing but Christmas songs played like all the time, and you'd be having a fun time, have it on the background while we're wrapping presents, stuff like that, having a fun time, and then you hear dun 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 dun, and you go, oh, "Fuck off, Paul."
Well, the worst thing about that song, I think, is it just doesn't really have like a tune to it.
Yeah,
Like it's very much like a drone track. Like it's a really just sort of
Paul
like
McCartney drone.
yeah, Paul McCartney drone. It's like one like small beat, right in the back,
Yeah,
and there's no real, like, I don't know, like, it shows him playing, like, his guitars and his keyboards and stuff, like, there's not really much going on here, Paul, like, it's just "Wah, wah, 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 wah," the whole way through, like, alright, okay.
I've never wanted to own a nuclear bomb more than when like the choir starts going ding dong ding dong. Oh, just wipe them off the face of the
Yeah,
planet.
it's horrible. "Baby, it's
Goodwill to
cold
all men
outside."
except everyone who was involved in that video.
I hate "Baby, It's Cold Outside," it's a shit song as well.
Yeah, that sucks, especially the Tom Jones one because he's a creepy old man.
I fuck with Tom Jones, though. Doesn't Tom Jones have loads of kids?
Probably. I think the only
I
time I've enjoyed Tom Jones, which I shouldn't have, because in retrospect it's a very bad cover, but I loved the cover he did of "Burning Down the House" with what's the band?
Burning down the house.
It was like a
What?
really it's the band that sings "Losing My Favorite Game." That one that I can play on
Oh, the
guitar.
Cardigans?
Yeah, it's
They actually do a cover of it.
yeah, it's Tom Jones and the Cardigans doing "Burning Down the House" by Talking Heads. It's a good song. It's
That
funky, but like,
I have to give it a listen 'cause I love Talking Heads. I'm a big
yeah.
Talking Heads guy.
Well, Talking Heads have the best, well, one of the best live
What,
sort of.
Stop Making Sense?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So, Stop Making Sense was one of the first, like, not concerts, but, those, like, sort of what would you call it? Where it's, like, a specific concert that's recorded like that. What's the term for it?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Do
I
you know what I
just call
mean?
it
It's
a taped
like
concert.
it's not yeah, like, it's not just a concert, it's like a special one that they recorded.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watched it with my dad, on my stepdad on VHS,
Yeah.
like, when I was little,
Yeah.
and I fucking loved it. It's so good. It's such a good show, such a good performance, and all the songs are absolute
Everyone
bangers
is
as
just
well.
absolutely off their fucking face on cocaine, and everyone's having a
Yeah,
fun time. Especially
they're
the
having a
dude who
great
plays the
time.
bass. He just stops playing the bass and starts pointing at the crowd, and just like he's loving it.
They stop, they stop everything
Yeah.
and just, like, I don't know, it's just letting people have the floor for each song as well, like, letting
Yeah.
people do their thing and do their bit. They're all having fun. It's like one big jam session,
Yeah.
but it sounds amazing. Like, everyone's playing out of their minds too. Like, they are off their heads, but
Yeah.
they're playing out of their minds. Like, everyone's playing perfectly,
Look,
and it just looks fun. God.
as someone who doesn't take drugs, I'm still gonna make this take. I think, at least in the realms of performance in recording albums, sometimes cocaine is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I won't deny it. I think a lot of the best albums that have come from, like, some older artists especially have
Yeah.
come where they've been off their head, like,
Mhm.
on something, on some variety of, like, substance. Like, it lets them see things that maybe they wouldn't normally see.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, there's some fucking jams, dude. There's some real jams out there. But I don't know, like, so I was gonna make a take on Tom Jones. I was gonna say, after Sex Bomb, Tom Jones can do anything. Like, I'll still support him.
I find that song very lecherous and horrible.
I mean, it is,
But he
but
did have a run where he was doing songs with other people, like the one with the Cardigans, the one with the Stereophonics, that was really good. Like he was just
oh
attaching
yeah,
himself to whoever was like hitting at that time. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll have a go of that money."
put some whiskey in your water.
That's the one.
That's what in it.
And then
Mama
it all
told me to
culminated around
go. That's
Christmas
cheap.
with that weird "Baby It's
Sex
Cold
Bomb Christmas
Outside."
edition.
And I'm like, "Ugh,
Christmas sex bomb. You're my Christmas sex bomb.
God." My
You can
favorite
give it
thing,
to me at Christmas.
I don't know if it happens in America. If somebody from America who's listening could clue
Yeah,
us in.
shout out to us
But there's
viewers
this thing
stateside.
about the British music charts that, like, if there's like a really like worldwide event happening, they'll like repurpose shit songs and just eat. So if it's Christmas, they'll add Christmas bells in the background and just say like, "Oh yeah, it's the Christmas remix," and try and get a
Yeah,
number one of that.
yeah, we do that all the time.
Or the amount of fucking club songs every time a World Cup's out that they just change the lyrics to like reference English
The
football
football,
players.
yeah.
Oh, I just love that shit. It's so bad. It's so soulless corporate pandering, and I'm like, this
Oh,
sucks
it is,
so
isn't it?
bad that it's gone full circle, and it's great.
It is, isn't it? It's like David Guetta's sexy bitch with the words changed to be football.
Yeah, wonderful stuff.
David Guetta's sexy Rooney. Um, no, the only other like I think Christmas tune that I don't know, I like it, but I don't think it's as good as people think it is. It's like Fairy Tale of New York.
I cannot
Like
stand that song.
people like it. I fuck with it. It's an alright song. It's an alright tune, right? The thing surrounding it though is like even the Pogues themselves have said like obviously like it says
Oh
the
yeah,
F word in the
that's
song.
right,
Even the Pogues themselves have said like we don't care if the word's there or not. Like if it upsets people, take it out.
yeah. Yeah.
Like they're like if it offends people, we don't want people to be upset. Take it out.
I saw like
But this
something where like when they play it live, they
yeah
haven't
they
used
they
those
stopped
actual
doing it for
lyrics in
years.
years. But like
They
the
haven't.
thing gets me is I
But the
don't like the dude's voice. I just don't like the song. I'm like,
But he's also like the guy from the Pogues also posted something in response to some
yeah, I
weird
saw that.
winger going crazy about it, like saying like this is what pisses me off more. Like people just really adamantly wanting to say it, like fuck off, like
Yeah.
shut up. Like that's the thing, isn't it? Like oh, I can't say it. Or next minute you'll be telling me I can't say the N word when I'm rapping. Like just
Put Kanye on. I'll show
yeah,
these snowflakes.
yeah. There'll be some like some old gammon somewhere where he's just like, put Lil Jon on. Like, no, I know what you're trying to do. We're doing Christmas karaoke, Uncle. Right, I've got a song for you.
It's undesirables in Paris.
What's that song? Fuck. There's a song. Is it a Little John song? There's a song with
Mm.
oh god, yeah, it's Real N Word Roll Call. Have you heard that song?
I've heard of it. I haven't heard the actual song.
It's with Ice Cube. It's Lil Jon and Ice Cube.
Okay.
Just imagine some like old gammon. Like every single line has the N word in it in that song. Basically, you imagine some old gammon getting up like, right, karaoke, real roll call, get it on.
Jesus.
I'll show you lefties. That's what they're fighting for. That's what the right wing is fighting for. Bunch of bastards.
What's funny, speaking of the right wing, is I saw a tweet before um, joining the recording for this podcast. It was like the right were all for the longest time talking about how like Muslims and the loony left were going to ruin and take away Christmas, and then at the end of it all, they were the ones who took away Christmas.
Oh, that's the funniest thing, dude. I love it. Like my favorite thing was like Boris Johnson fucking flipping out at the start of the week, like he wants to cancel Christmas, Mr. Speaker, like going nuts. And then it's like, well, you've just cancelled Christmas, bro. Like what? What's the difference now? Like he set up this narrative for himself. It's amazing. It's my favorite thing this year has absolutely been the right eating itself. Like
Yeah.
absolutely. Like as soon as something goes wrong and they fuck up, they all start eating themselves. Like
No,
with the stuff in the States where they're just like constantly back and forth, like, why aren't you supporting Trump? You're not a real Republican and all this stuff. It's great. Love it. Eat yourselves. Like consume each other. Like not in a video game, obviously. Not in real life.
great shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, festive season is here.
it is here,
So
yes.
that means that next week, Christmas actually falls on a weekend this week.
Yeah.
So there will be no episode next week. I know you're going to be
Well,
upset. You
no
won't be
new
able to.
episode. What I'm going to do is we're going to take one of the really early episodes. There's about three of them when we first put it on SoundCloud before we
A
went on.
vintage cut.
Yeah, before we went on an indefinite hiatus before rejiggering the podcast. So it's going to be one of our oldest episodes, recorded in person together.
Yeah,
Um,
oh, is that the one where we had Mackey's?
yes.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. Like, this is how fat I am. I remember that from when we had McDonald's together. Um,
But yeah, so we're going to upload that as a bonus episode. So there'll be new content, unless you've already heard it. Apologies. So you get to laugh at us trying to find our feet and find the
yeah,
dynamic.
it was a very like the OG one. A little bit of a bonus vintage cut and chopped and screwed. Some might say.
Yep.
Um,
And then we should
yeah,
return on the Where is the
Be like the fourth, fifth, maybe
5th of
fifth.
January, which is also
Yeah,
the day I
yeah, yeah.
started a job.
Yeah, same actually. Same back at work.
Excellent.
But we'll be back around then. We'll do. I reckon we can do like we'll do a New Year's show around then.
Yep.
About like highlights of the last year, in forms of media and also other stuff. You know,
Yep.
like just do a real sort of recap of the year kind of thing,
My section is
which
gonna
should be
be
fun.
dedicated entirely to my own achievements.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm all for it. I'm all for it because it'll be a 10-minute long podcast then.
How
Um,
fuck dare you?
but it's no, we what was I going to say there? Yeah, we'll have a little hiatus week, so chill, enjoy yourselves, have a good time with your family, your friends. Even if you're on your own, just try and enjoy yourself. Try and have a good rest as well. Rest is the most important thing. Like I know I've been planning to do some productive stuff over the holidays, and I know you see all these people doing productive shit online all the time. It's like, oh my god, why am I not doing things? Don't feel ashamed about just taking some time to yourself. Just do it. Like you need to. You should do.
Mhm.
Relax, enjoy the break. Thank you very much as well, by the way, since it's the last time you'll hear us this year, for listening to us
Indeed.
these past months. There are dedicated listeners out there, which is something that I, didn't expect us to achieve so quickly. There are actually a bunch of people from all over the place,
It's quite
from
interesting to
Sweden.
see the spread of people across the planet. What I would say is recommend us to your friends as well. Grow the family.
Yeah, from Sweden to the United States, let's see how many more places we can conquer with our stupid rambles and rants next year. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about next year. I think it's been a good year for us for our first, like, what, half a year we've been doing this properly
Yeah,
now.
right about
I
that.
think, yeah, for the first 6 months or so, it's been banging. Somehow I've enjoyed spending every weekend talking to Gary for an hour. It's been pretty good,
Yeah,
and we'll continue doing this in the new year.
we will.
So take care of yourselves. Have a happy holidays. Um, yeah, look after each other. Have a happy new year as well. And we will see you in 2021, where clearly, as soon as the clocks tick over, everything will be fine and everything
Everything
will be
will
back
be
to normal.
fine.
Yeah, everything
I'll
will
be
be 100%
7 foot tall.
back to normal. Yeah, I will be back to being absolutely jacked. My washboard abs will be back, and there'll be no COVID. So, see you in the new year.
See you guys.
No more fan mail.
No more fan mail.
Peace
Peace
and
and
love.
love.
Peace and love.